Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ponaganset High School for some playoff basketball. It's that time of year, February 28th. We're here on the reservation alongside my good friend and teacher, Mr. Tony Fiano. How are you?
I'm great, Zach, and thank you for having me on board tonight. Boy, there's a lot of excitement in the gym tonight. Playoff basketball is the best kind of basketball. Going into March, what a wonderful way. March Madness hits the high school scene, and there's two evenly matched teams tonight. We're going to have a good game.
Yeah, absolutely. Ponaganset comes into this one, finishing with a 9-9, 500 record within Division III this year in their conference. Times2 right up there and around the same ballpark.
Yep. You know, if last game is any indication of what tonight will be like, low scoring, possibly some good defense on both ends. I'm hoping that we get a game. I hate to see it go one way or the other. Right down to the wire, make it good playoff basketball.
I think it will be. As we saw earlier this year, Times2 and Ponaganset had a close one. 44-37 the final score. A lot of defense, not a whole lot of offense.
Well, I think what the coach has in mind this evening is how to contain Jason Peters. Last game, Jason went on an incredible run and poured 20 points on, leading Times2 to a 44-37 victory over the Chieftains.
Yeah, Jason Peters, he's a top 5 scorer within the state as far as points per game. Certainly somebody that we're going to have to watch. It's going to be an interesting event. I just can't wait to get the game started.
That's right. A lot of good talent in the house tonight. A lot of great energy. A lot of excitement in the school today. Fans are starting to pour in. Stands are starting to fill up. Let's hope we have a show for our fans this evening.
Absolutely, I think we will. And as you said before, two evenly matched teams. Times2 comes in their league play 8-10. Ponaganset 9-9. There, it's a one-loss differential. Ponaganset advantage. That's why we're here on the reservation and not there in Providence. So as most of you would know, the JV season has come to a conclusion. So all the JV Chieftains are here tonight, and they will be dressed, ready to go in case their name's called.
I like the way that Coach Campbell is grooming next year's varsity team with some of the younger players, getting them a little bit of playoff experience. Hopefully next year it pays off. And who knows, we might have next year's star on the bench this evening and making a splash.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's a lot of guys next year who will show up and get things done for Ponaganset. They will be losing quite a bit of talent in Cal Perillo and Ryan Smith, but at the same time, as well as Chris Hopkins. But at the same time, they have a lot of younger guys who have contributed a lot throughout the season. You have the two starting sophomore guards, and Tyler Brown and Sal Bianca. So two guys there that have played all season long.
Well, we're great at the guard position. We need a little bit of size in the middle.
Absolutely.
Losing our two co-captains this evening. Well, not this evening. When they graduate, we're going to have a couple of men step up.
Couple of big men.
Exactly. Maybe put on a little bit of muscle in the offseason.
Absolutely. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The final buzzer has sounded. Pre-game events will begin now. We will have the officials in both huddles reading the rules card for this evening's contest. And it's certainly going to be a good one. I would assume it'd be a pretty low-scoring game, but how can you ever tell?
Well, the Chieftains have been pouring it on the last few games. They're playing with a whole new sense of purpose. Playoff basketball brings out the best in some teams. Let's hope it holds true tonight on the reservation.
I thought one of the huge storylines from the last couple of games for Ponaganset, Jalen Kopecki and Mount Hope came to town just a few weeks ago, or I should say just around a week ago. And Ryan Smith and Cal Perillo were able to contain his 22 points per game average, hold him to under 10 points in that contest. I think that'll be a similar game plan that they have for Jason Peters tonight. Peters certainly a bit of a more athletic player, but I think the central game plan will be the same, contain the scorer.
Well, if we can get our outside shooting from the perimeter, and primarily from the three-point line, if Sean Cullen gets hot, look out.
We'll be in a good game. It's promising to be a good game.
Okay, we're going to hand it off to Mike Kalenda, who will be doing the game presentation this evening.
At this point, we would like to introduce the starting lineup for the visiting teams. Wearing number 4, a senior, Kurt Caesar. Wearing number screen a senior captain from Boston Center Road in Boston, Rhode Island, Ryan Smith. Later number 35, a senior captain from the west end of Hartford Avenue in Johnston, Rhode Island, Al Rowe. Head coach is Dave Nagel. He's assisted by Keith Rowe and Steve Coleman. At this time, I would like both teams that are out on the floor to face the American flag. Everyone please rise as we honor America and the flag of our national anthem. On behalf of our building principal, Dr. Ernie Palazzo, and our athletic director, John Marceau, we remind all players and spectators sportsmanship is a priority at Ponaganset. Tonight's game supervisors are Mr. Gary Mondelli and Mr. James Cole.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Ponaganset Chieftains set to square off against the Times2 Eagles, and it's sure to be a good game. We've just had the opening broadcast announcements done by our very own Mr. Kalenda, and we couldn't be more excited for it. Times2 Academy comes in, like I said, 8-10 in league play. Their school colors are maroon and gold. You'll be able to see this on the telecast. Their nickname is T2. That's what they like to go by. Head coach by Chris Love. You'll see him down on the floor most of the night. And head coach, I should say assistant coach by Alex Ruiz. So team captains Ahmed Naibali and Dreyon Barrett. The statistician with us tonight is Blanca Peguero.
Well, Zach, we're about to tip off. Sean Cullen's about to face off. Let's hope we get the ball and make an early impact. Send a message. Let's get them flat on their heels right away.
Absolutely. Cullen wins the tip, ends up going to Times2. They're going to look to control the pace of this game pretty early on. They don't want to let our shooters get any space in the perimeter early.
Pass to the outside. Chieftains in their defense, playing their zone. Shot clock to 10.
Is going to get the ball on a nice early turnover. Sean Cullen forces the mistake.
Well, turnovers are great when they're in your favor, but they can also hurt a team. Let's hope that Ponaganset's on the giving end and not receiving end of turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Sal Bianca out there in the corner. Gets it down to Perillo.
Nice pass to
Ryan Smith, and that's an easy two-point bucket to get us started.
Chieftains draw first blood. Gets the crowd in a frenzy on the reservation.
Absolutely. Everybody is packed here in our side of the bleachers tonight, and they're all excited for this playoff contest.
Three-point attempt.
Deep three attempted off the mark. Cullen fights for the rebound.
Oh, nice block shot by Sean Cullen. Sal Bianca with the ball and bring it up towards half court.
So here comes Bianca. He's looking for a hole in this defense. He's going to keep it nice for just a little bit against Peters, one-on-one. Smith finds an opening. Cullen unable to get
offensive. Great offensive board and great putback. Unfortunately, it did go in, but we still got the foul. 2 shots for Cal Perillo.
Cal Perillo, a pretty good historical free throw shooter from the line this year. He's hasn't really struggled at all.
Yeah, Cal's been solid. He's been solid on the floor and from the line, shooting much better than 60% on the season.
First one, no good. Remains 2-0 Ponaganset.
Okay, we'll attribute that to maybe some playoff jitters, and hopefully we'll settle down and. It's up. And
Second
this one's good.
Perfect. So Times2 making their way up the court here. Slipped
Move
that
the
one to
ball
the
around.
outside. A lot of perimeter offense by Times2. No foul. Ponaganset unable to corral. Oh, great job by Tyler Brown out there on the perimeter.
So far in the early minutes of the game, Ponaganset's managed to win the battle of the boards.
Absolutely. They've forced turnovers effectively. Shot attempt no good by Tyler Brown.
So for the first few minutes, unless something changes, very much like the last game.
That's number 15, Torian Williams. Passing to number 4, Daniel Williams. Bucket is good.
Oh, Sean Cullen.
Calperillo finds
Sean
Cullen.
Cullen
Rush three-point attempt is off the mark.
The Eagles with the ball. T2 making a run. Another great board by Sean Cullen.
It's a missed shot attempt by Justin Peters. Bianca trying to find the hole.
There we go. We found the back door. Up
Corner three, no good.
Well, T2 bringing the ball back up. Little stumble there, but they seem like they got it all in control again.
Losing possession there is Jason Peters. Ponaganset's really tried to emphasize defense on him all game long to this point. Just about 3 minutes into this game, and Peters has had the ball a lot. No points to show for it. Three-point attempt is over.
Well, main thing is Ponaganset is preventing the Eagles from getting that second attempt off the rebound. They're really guarding that board very well, working the ball around, looking for that opening. Sean Cullen trying to find someone. Finds Calperillo. Calperillo finds Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith with his own rebound.
Ryan Smith's going to draw a foul. That's 2 shots. Smith has struggled a bit at the line this year, shooting well under 50% from the free throw line, but
You
certainly
can't miss these opportunities, Zach.
not in playoff basketball. Absolutely not.
That's like giving away free money. First one's up and no good.
He tried to bank it in. Nothing happening there. 0 for 1.
Smith on the line, getting ready for a second attempt. Oh, and he comes up short on both shots.
So here comes Peters carrying the ball up. He's trying to make something happen in isolation against Tyler Brown. Smith with a great steal. Perillo slips it down to Cullen.
You know, Zach, we talked about it pregame. We're going to miss those big bodies in the center.
Absolutely. Ponaganset's going to have to find a way to get something going for next year as far as these big men.
When you run into Cal Perillo, and he just did again.
It is a tough thing to have to deal with, you know, the 200-plus pound bodies of both individuals down there. Perillo's down around 220 now. He'll be dropping even further for baseball season coming up, but Smith is up there at 238 to 245 range, and that's not somebody you want to make contact with on the floor.
Wonderful move to the basket. Unfortunately, just can't get it to drop.
Both shooting percentages for both teams are in the toilet right now.
Yep. It seems like both teams are on a drought. A little bit of a shove makes the fans angry. Unfortunately, and
shooting foul on Ponaganset. Looks like number 1, Sal Bianca.
That's Sal's first. Now, I'm under the impression. Sorry, team first, right, Zach?
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, they're going to call that on Ryan Smith. I'm not sure I saw that. Kobe Pena at the line shooting 2 after the missed attempt.
It's up, and it's good. Now we're tied at 3 with 11:33 on the clock. And let's see if we have a lead change.
Pena unable to hit the second, so that's going to be Ponaganset possession, tied 3-3. Not a lot of scoring early on, as we projected before the game that probably be a lower scoring game. It seems to be heading in that direction so far.
For two teams that know each other very well, you'd think they would get right to business. It's just that, all right, nice putback by Ryan Smith. That's what we need to do, Zach. We need to get in there, get that offensive board, and put it back in.
As you mentioned earlier, those big guys down low, they provide second chance opportunities. That's way over the basket there. Ugly shot.
Somewhere over the rainbow, Zach. That's where that ball went.
High arcing. Just a little bit too much touch on it for mid-range.
The Eagles are coming up short on their perimeter shooting. Sal Bianco makes a nice move to the net and gets it to drop.
He toilet bowls that one in. Sal Bianca extends the Ponaganset lead, 7-3.
Okay, seems like the Chieftains have woken up. Let's see what happens with the Eagles. Still, the Eagles coming up short, and the Chieftains right back with that rebound on that defensive board.
And as we talked about before the game, containing the state's 5th leading scorer, Jason Peters, averaging upwards of 23 points per game, is going to be Ponaganset's go-to here. They're going to have to do that all night long, and right now Peters has 0 points. Here he comes driving to the basket.
Napalaka try. Wonderful defensive move on Ryan Smith. Peters rejected, going up with a score. It's still Eagles ball, but what a message to send.
Yeah, you saw the Ponaganset bench and the crowd get absolutely rowdy over there.
That woke the crowd up, Zach.
Certainly did. It's going to give them something to be motivated about.
Well, anytime you put on a show for your hometown fans, you make it well worth it.
Yeah, they've done that so far tonight. 7-3 Ponaganset. Just about 10 minutes remaining in this opening half. The game plan has remained the same. They're in the same zone they played against Jalen Kopecky. Obviously, the speed differential between those two players with Peters, it's just, it's still working. They've done a great job. Peters, not the tallest kid. He's unable to drive so far.
Well, Zach, they say you can't measure momentum, but it seems like the last few games, the Chieftains are starting to find their stride.
And they've certainly found it in the right part of this playoff tree, I'll tell you that.
Well, you know what? Coming late to the ball, as long as you get to the ball, it's time to dance, Ponaganset. All right, Eagles inbound the ball, top of the key, moving around.
Peters now in isolation, makes a quick move, 3-point attempt, no good.
Boy. And Tyler Brown with the rebound, 2-on-1.
Tyler Brown double teamed, and that's going to be...
Oh, and it's a turnover with the Eagles with possession of the ball, inbounding on their side of the court, bringing it up towards the middle.
Yeah, Tyler Brown was just unable to slip that down to Sal Bianca. Would have been an equally likely turnover.
Oh, Cal Perillo steal.
Cal Perillo, he drives, he's fouled.
Draw the fouls. So far as a team, Chieftains are only shooting 25% from the free throw line.
Absolutely. They've struggled so far tonight, as they have for some of the season now. Some consistency from the line from guys like Cal Perillo, Sal Bianca. But other than that, the team has really struggled. So hopefully they can continue to get that percentage up throughout these playoffs.
It's up.
No good. 20%.
Certainly is finding the back of that rim. Well, Cal is a 50% shooter. Let's see if he gets a second one in, keeping up his 50% average.
Perillo gets a second to go.
Chieftains with their largest lead of the game.
Peters is going to take this one up. 8-3 Ponaganset.
Moving the ball around.
Shot attempt no good by number 4, Daniel Williams.
They are in a drought.
It appears that Times2 has yet to make a substitution, keeping their original group on the floor, as is Ponaganset.
Another turnover by the Chieftains. Little hesitation underneath the basket.
Daniel Williams cannot get it to go.
Ryan Smith brings down the rebound.
Smitty having a good game to start. He shot well from the field. I believe he's 2 for 3 or 2 for 4. He's got plenty of rebounds to boot. Tyler Brown in possession.
Chieftains have had a tough time protecting the ball the last 2 times down the court. Sean Collins saves it.
Down to Smith, and he's just too big for him.
Yes, and he drains one like it just got flushed down the toilet.
He continues on. Smith on a warpath tonight.
Oh. Chieftains fouling.
Ponaganset has made a night to bully Jason Peters a bit. They've certainly tried to impose their will on him so far in this game, and he struggled because of it.
Ponaganset's made their first substitutions, checking in for the Chieftains are Lucas Pierce, number 14, and number 10, Isaac Rowe. You know, it's always nice to have fresh wheels going into a game. And when we... Eagles will be going to the line, Zach.
Yeah, it appears they will be. That was a mess of a rebound attempt by Ponaganset there. Daniel Williams at the line to shoot, too.
Boy, that was short, and the fans are letting them know it.
Yeah, that was a little bit more than short. Caught the bottom of the net there, but not in a good way. That's a high arcing shot that catches the bottom of the net in another way.
You know, Zach, I'm not seeing very good free throw shooting on either side.
Absolutely. 10-4 is not the score that even I would expect at this point in the game. But Ponaganset's done a great job of limiting opportunities for Times2.
Once again, turnover, Ponaganset. You know, it's very easy to get hot real quick. We've seen
Jason Peters.
We've seen him get hot. Last game, he put on a show and put up 20 points, leading all scorers.
Yeah, in a game that they only scored 44 points, and Peters had about half he was responsible for about half the team's points. And I'm sure on the tail end of that, he had a few assists to boot. So it's been really interesting to see him have no points and about 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 shooting so far tonight.
You know, I'm thinking Coach Campbell is looking at these teams, looking what they have to do, and playing against an enemy with the right tactics.
Yeah, I will say this. I think that a lot of the teams in Rhode Island, Division III interscholastic basketball, I do think that a lot of these teams are central around one group or one player individually. And if you can get to the root of that and stop the scoring influx from just one player, it limits a team's opportunities as to what they can do and where they go.
The inbound is to Peters. The Eagles maintained possession after a kick ball. Boy.
Good rebound by number 34, Paul Pinkra.
Putting it back in for the score and closing the gap to 4. Sean Cullen taking a 3.
Over the backboard. I should say over the rim there, not the backboard.
Isaac Rowe breaking up the dribble by Peters. Peters still looking for someone. It's not that Peters hasn't dished the ball. It's just that no one can make something happen once he's past it.
That's a good shot there. That's a great shot.
Eagles are narrowing the lead to just 2. Chieftains keep coming up short. I think Coach Campbell's seen enough.
Ponaganset certainly needs a timeout here. Only a 4-point gain for the Eagles, but in the game that's stayed pretty stagnant all the way through. Ponaganset certainly needs a timeout to refresh their team and get the game plan under control.
I agree, Zach. Maybe the coach is seeing something they're just not seeing on the floor. He wants to make an adjustment. I'm sure once they get out there, they'll look at it from their perspective, take what the coaches told them, execute a play. Let's get that ball back in the net.
I think you will see Ryan Smith checked back into this game at the conclusion of this timeout. Would be a good strategy for Ponaganset.
Well, with the time we have left in this half and Ryan with 2 fouls, I don't think Coach Campbell wants to jeopardize it just yet.
Oh, yeah, so he will remain on the bench there. That's a good point. I totally forgot about the 2 fouls. We did see him commit just a bit earlier. I wouldn't want to get him fouled out either. At least not yet.
No. No, there's a whole lot more basketball to be played by Mr. Smith. Tyler Brown with the ball, trying to make something happen.
He's in isolation.
Chiefs have come out short the last 4 visits, and they allowed the Eagles to get right back into it.
Cal Perillo in traffic. Certainly could have been an and one.
Nice bucket by Mr. Perillo, unassisted, bringing it to the net, showing off his size and his speed. Chieftains breaking up that pass. Eagles maintaining possession. Peters with the
corner three.
Oh, and
in
Peters.
the mouth of Sal Bianca there. Certainly a way to get on the board.
Closing that gap to just 1 point. Lucas going up.
And he's going to make that 14-11 Ponaganset.
That was an important basket, Zach. You had to answer after that 3.
Absolutely. A corner 3, no less. Peters with a great release.
Oh, and he finds someone right outside.
I think something that should be is worth mentioning. Jason Peters from Times Square Academy, just a sophomore, averaging the 5th most points in the state, and from kind of the weird shooting guard position in their system. I've seen him passing the ball in. I've seen him doing it all.
Zach, it's going to be fun to watch his next 2 years in the league. There'll be a lot good players, bring good players. It's going to be a lot of excitement next year. Isaac Rowe throws up something really ugly and can't get it to come down. Eagles, great rebound by Tyler Brown, bringing it down in a forest of lots of big bodies.
Yeah, the officials are letting them play, and you love to see it. I think that it's great. We've had a couple of contested shots up there, no calls. They want this game to flow, and I do love to see hard-fought basketball, not just a pat on the back and a foul every time.
Well, Ryan Smith's checked back in along with Sean Cullen, giving Cal Perillo and Sal Bianca a much-needed rest.
Yeah, this will allow Ponaganset to get back to their early ways of dominating the boards. Ryan Smith down there is a presence, and even if he's not the one getting the rebound, he's clearing the way usually.
Sean Smith goes up, and it's a travel. Boy, we said it once, we'll say it again, Zach. Turnovers kill.
Live by the turnover, die by the turnover. That's certainly been the story so far tonight. Ponaganset giving the ball back to Times2 a lot.
Times2 on the verge of possibly taking the lead. They haven't led yet in the game. They came close to tying. Oh, smart play by Peters.
Really smart play by Peters. Got that off of Tyler Brown.
Nice to see a player with very good court awareness, knows where he is, knows where the ball is, knows exactly what it has to do to maintain possession.
They could not let him get hot.
Back in for the Chieftains, Sal Bianca and Cal Perillo. For Lucas Pierce and Isaac Rowe. Ball is up, it is good, it's 3 points, and the Eagles are now up by 2.
Times2 has done a fantastic job on defense and allowing their offense to climb back into this. They've just been spreading the floor really nicely. A lot of efficient double teams. They've limited Sean Cullen's impact. They've played a great game so far. See how they continue to go.
You hit the nail right on the head, limiting Sean Cullen. Sean Cullen hasn't been able to get anything from the perimeter.
Except that steal.
Yeah, nice move by Sean. And
Smith with the spin
finding
move.
Bianca, moving the ball around. They're trying to get Cullen open. He's up, and it's good.
Beautiful shot. Way to climb back into that offensive possession.
Chieftains tie up the game again. We're all knotted at 16 with slightly less than 3 minutes left in the half.
This is destined to be a photo finish unless one team begins to pull away, but I just don't see it.
You know, Zach, if that's the case, we're going to see the team with most discipline and better stamina. See how they hold out, making less mental mistakes, maybe, and making sure they can maintain the pace of the game the way they want to.
Absolutely.
Another lead change with the Eagles up now 18-16.
Double team on Sean Cullen there. Ball slipped to Tyler Brown. Cal Perillo back to Cullen. He takes a deep three on the money.
Oh, my. You know what? That's the Sean Cullen we came to see tonight.
Absolutely.
Let's hope his GPS is working and he's found the location.
Hey, he's found a home at that left side of the perimeter down there on the Ponaganset scoring side. Last 2 buckets coming from that left side. He likes the way that rim looks tonight.
Peterson getting the ball again, trying to mix up.
Peterson plays a deep three off the mark.
You know, that's refreshing to see a player chase his own rebound. Much too much today, we see players put up the three-point shot and walk away like they're Stephon Curry.
Yeah, I'd have to agree there. Certainly is refreshing and good to see a player fight for his own boards. A little bit of an overshoot there by Times2
with a fresh shot clock. Oh.
A really questionable foul there called on Ryan Smith. That puts him at 3 already. May see him get subbed out to end this half.
That's going to put us in a predicament starting second half.
Absolutely.
If I know Coach Love from the Eagles, he's going to have someone on Ryan Smith get that early foul in the second half, and we're going to see him sit for a few minutes.
So Smith is out to end the half. Certainly a good risk. I'd rather have him at the end of the game.
Wow, that's something you haven't seen all night. 2 free throws in a row.
Absolutely, 2 for 2 from the line. Something we're not used to.
Oh, Ponaganset just playing sloppy ball. Eagles 4-on-1 with the fast break, but they just can't make it happen. Ryan Smith with the pickup, 4-on-2, Ponaganset. And the fast break is over.
Yeah, Ponaganset did a great job there. That was Cal Perillo on the scoop and way to get it back in. Pierce trying to do something with it. Perillo mid-range jumper on the money.
Cal Perillo is stepping up this evening.
He's been stepping up the last 4 or 5 games. He's averaging 15 plus a game. He's done a phenomenal job. Couple of double-doubles in that mix.
Playing both sides of the court, defense and offense.
That's a travel all day long. We'll take it. Ponaganset in control with the ball.
Well, the Eagles have been running all half long. With a minute left, I think there's maybe a little less gas in that tank. A few mental mistakes. You know what? But if you can't capitalize on them, it's just a wash.
Ponaganset needing to get another bucket here. Almost another turnover. Perillo finds Bianca.
Oh, Bianca goes up and is no good.
That's
Put back by Pierce.
And I will tell you, Lucas Pierce had 16 points in the regular season matchup with Times2. Somebody that's kind of had an interesting matchup against Times2, I guess.
Oh, great steal by Perillo. Finds Brown.
Brown looking for somebody to get it to. Slips it.
Oh.
Tries to sell the foul. That's a kick ball. That's out of bounds. Peters frustrated with that one.
Well,
we have 12 seconds left in this half.
And no shot clock. Let's see if Coach Campbell calls play. And let's see how well the Chieftains can execute.
Peters on Bianca. Tyler Brown slips it. 3 attempt by Sean Cullen.
Oh, just a little too much. Oh, up at the buzzer by Kent.
Too far.
Well, Zach, not unlike the last game. Only this time, it's 3 points in our favor at the half.
The differential is 3. The same as last time, but a 3-point Ponaganset lead. 23-20 at half. Mr. Fiano, how do we feel about the second half of this game? What do you think Ponaganset's going to have to do to limit the defensive and offensive impact of Jason Peters in the second half? Because I think he's going to catch fire eventually.
If they can stick to their game plan, they've been successful thus far. However, both coaches are going to go into the locker room. They're going to pull out their boards. They're going to change a little bit of their strategy, make a few changes. What I foresee, if the Eagles can't get more bodies on that floor, we're going to start seeing a little bit of fatigue set in.
I agree.
That's when mistakes occur. And we all know that mistakes lead to turnovers.
Absolutely. I think one thing worth mentioning is that Times 2 is well within this game. Obviously, 3-point differential, and Peters has 3 points. So their star scorer has 3 points. Like I've continuously said throughout this telecast, I can't stress it enough. 5th leading scorer in the state has 3 points in 1/2. And we still have the Eagles knotted up here with Ponaganset at the half. So it should be interesting to see what's going on with him in the second half. I think that if he catches a little bit of fire, Ponaganset's going to have to respond on offense. And that's going to require bringing Smith in for most of the second half. He's going to have to limit it.
I agree, Zach. One of our key components for success is Ryan Smith. Cal Perillo is firing on all cylinders this evening.
He is.
On the offensive boards, defensive boards, he's creating plays, he's getting steals, he's not afraid to put his body and sacrifice it for the team, blocking that lane. But the one advantage that Cal has this evening that Ryan does not,
no fouls.
No fouls, and that's the key.
Absolutely. They've both been lighting it up as the regular season came to a conclusion, and we'll be back for second half action. Playoff basketball here at PHS. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's broadcast of some playoff high school basketball here on the reservation. I'm alongside my teacher and good friend, Mr. Tony Fiano. Mr. Fiano, what do you foresee for the second half, and do you have any announcements to make?
Well, Zach, I'm looking forward to seeing the Chieftains come out and stick to their game plan. So far it's worked. They've been able to contain one of the top scorers in the state. Peters might get started. And thing is, when Peters takes all the shots, there are 4 other guys on that court that don't.
It's true.
So it's good to spread the wealth, but if you got to carry everybody on your shoulders, you got to do it as well. Whatever it takes. It's playoff basketball, whatever it takes. It's great, such a great time of year for Ponaganset. Tomorrow we have quite a few wrestlers who are competing in the state tournament. Our cheerleaders have been doing very well. They got a few tournaments this weekend, one at Mount St. Charles and the other in Providence.
So yeah, we're certainly looking forward to all of the events coming up in Ponaganset here. It's just going to be a fun conclusion to the year. I mean, emotions are running high for the seniors. Everybody's excited. School is coming to an end for the year, and for some of us, like myself, it's coming to an end for good. So,
well, it's going to be a great year, Zach, but right now Ryan Smith is back in, scoring a quick 2 on the Ponaganset possession starting off the second half. Eagles respond with their own 2. Boy, this is starting out a little bit quicker than the first half did.
Absolutely. If we see a full court press here from Times 2, certainly a way to tire out Ponaganset, but at the same time, tire out their own. So,
well, I get a funny feeling, Zach, we'll be seeing the trap quite a bit as time goes on. Let's hope that Ryan Smith stays out of, can't get that next foul.
No, at least not this early.
And Cal Perillo making a move. No foul is called. Bianca, just can't get it to go in.
Just rimmed out for Bianca.
Oh,
White, what a great play by Sal. Sold the little tip there. I don't think it hit his fingers, but if it did, he sold it well. And Ponaganset takes over. So more turnover trouble for Times 2.
Ryan Smith inbounding to Sean Cullen. Times 2 with the half-court press. Chieftains getting it up to midcourt, finding Ryan Smith.
Now you've seen Coach Love transition a bit. He's got Peters on Smith, which is a favorable matchup for Peters, and also a favorable matchup for Peters drawing fouls because of the speed difference. So hopefully Smith can stay out of foul trouble here.
Shot clock winding down. Brown with the ball, puts it up. At the buzzer, no. Referee calls it off. No
They're going to wave that one off. Yep. It's a great attempt. He was just a little bit slow on the release.
Can't pass up opportunities. Not when a game is this close. And you have a potentially machine that can just score at will in Peters.
That's another great bucket. Looks like number 34 there.
Ponaganset turning over the ball again and getting another turnover. It hasn't been the prettiest basketball, Zach.
No, absolutely not. In fact, it hasn't been pretty at all. But I will tell you, Ponaganset's done their best. And they've They've really tried to limit Peters and limit his impact offensively, and they've done a good job of getting a lot of rebounds.
Oh, Smith with the kick ball. You know what? If you're not trying to block or break up a play, you're not playing. You know, that's a good turnover. Eagles inbounding with 21 seconds left at the clock.
Ponaganset doing a great job containing here, but they're not going to be able to for much longer. They're going to have to man up and try to get some stops that way, as it's just leading to too many fouls for the big men.
Oh. Chieftain foul. Basket's good with Gravy on the side.
Yeah, they're going to call that no shot, though. They're going to say he was grounded, so it's going to be an inbound. So Ponaganset is going to get lucky a bit on that one. I thought the shot was in the air when he took it.
I did too, Zach. I thought he was going to be on the line making it a three-point play.
Yeah, lucky break there for Ponaganset. Good thing. But it is a grounded foul, so we will see a Times2 inbound rather than an and one attempt. So Ponaganset here, they get a little break.
Eagles will be inbounding the ball with a fresh shot clock. You cannot take your foot off the gas. You must apply pressure throughout. There's 13:30 left in the half, and it's going to be floored. This is playoff basketball, Zach. There ain't no tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow, indeed. I have to agree. And one of these teams will be going home. And it's an unfortunate defensive collapse there, but you have to see Smith laying off there. He doesn't want that fourth foul. So
Eagles with a 1-point lead, their first of the second half.
Brillo finds Cullen.
Chieftains looking to respond. We haven't exactly been hot with a couple of little flashes from the three-point mark. And it seems like Coach Campbell's been away from that
Smith
tonight.
goes up with it, another easy bucket. He's done a lot down low. He's going to stay in this game.
Jason Peters bringing up the ball. Handing off to Tareen Williams. Jason again with the ball.
That's going to be a travel on Times2.
Mental mistakes lead to turnovers.
And we've seen that time and time again for both teams.
Cullen with the ball again. The Eagles with their press.
It's a great no-look pass. Get the defense moving a bit. Williams
Chieftains Chieftains have been telegraphing a few of their passes, leading to some of their turnovers that have kept the Eagles in this game.
That is going to be a grounded foul. No free throws, but they're going to call that one on number 50. Unfortunately, the name is unavailable. Three-point attempt. Corner. Bianca.
Oh, gets a bounce.
It's a great focus shot from the corner. 4-point lead, Ponaganset. That's what you like to see out of your point guard right there. Point guard, shooting guard, whatever.
Oh. Little scrap underneath the basket. Cullen going up for the rebound. A little too aggressive.
Looked like a bit of a flop to me. I don't think Cullen really made all that much contact with number 4 there. An unfortunate call. Just lack of vision for the referees because of the number of referees here. Only 2, so hard to tell.
Well, quick inbound, and they're finding Peters. Little contact underneath, but the referee lets him play. And another late. Once again.
Luckily, Ponaganset had some padding with that 3 previously made by Bianca.
Eagles bringing it closer again to 2.
When you look at this Ponaganset, Smith for mid-range. Tried to bank it in. No good.
Backboard not his friend tonight.
Hangs off. I should say holds off on
Tareen Williams to number 50. Name not available. Back to Williams. Williams trying to make something happen. Find someone underneath. Nice bucket. The Eagles are not going away, Zach.
Absolutely not. That's Paul Pinkra, one of the big men at Times2.
Pinkard with 9 points the last time we played. Let's hope either reaching in foul. Chieftains, Tyler Brown will inbound the ball for the Chieftains.
When you look at this Ponaganset roster, you know, 2 names stand out to you from the three-point line. You have Sal Bianca and Sean Cullen. Like I was alluding to earlier on, you got to get those guys the ball.
If I'm not mistaken, Zach, Efren Vale of Valley just come in as a first substitute for the Eagles.
Yeah, it does look that way.
Oh, wide open underneath. And another lane change. This time, the lead is in favor of the Eagles.
Ponaganset has had their struggles tonight, turning the ball over and then giving up transition baskets. But
Sean Cullen
gets
going
right back into it.
And we're all knotted up at 32-32 with 10:30 left on the clock in the second half.
This is going to come down to be a nail-biter, undoubtedly.
There ain't no tomorrow. It's do or die tonight.
Peters with the floater, no good.
Chieftains still trying to play hard against the boards. And a steal by Cullen. Cullen going towards the basket, draws the foul. One of the Eagles players on the floor.
That's number 50.
Let's hope he's just catching his breath and nothing serious. Sal Palermo, our trainer, ready to jump into action. Okay, he's up. And nothing scary than when a player's down on the floor.
So Cullen shooting 2 here.
Cullen hasn't been on the line yet this evening.
He has not.
But
hopefully he can increase that percentage.
Okay, that's a great way to start.
Absolutely. Smart move to take Smith out here.
I think it's going to get aggressive from this point on, and we don't want Smith with foul number 4. Sean Cullen, 2 in a row.
That's what we want to see.
You know, first half is over. You have to win the half. We did. But now it's going to boil down to who can make the shots. And if it comes down to the line, we got to step up. Peters up and finds the basket.
Easy money for Jason Peters. Can't leave him. Got to stay in constant contact.
Another lane change. Another lead change. Perillo up with the shot. Oh, comes up short.
No good. Tied 34-34. 9:30 left. Peters bringing the ball up. He's one-on-one with Brown.
Zach Peters hasn't made a lot of buckets, but he's certainly assisted in quite a few.
Yeah, he's just started to hit a few.
He's a playmaker.
Absolutely.
Oh, big three-pointer by the Eagles with their largest lead of the game. 3 points.
Absolutely.
Coach Campbell not happy with what he's seeing.
These 2 teams are just trading paint right now.
It's been a 6-point differential from the beginning of the half in favor of the Eagles. Coach Campbell's got his starters on the bench.
Absolutely.
I think he's telling them to calm down. The crowd is still very much in it. Our playoff-bound Lady Chieftains are in the stands. Our unified players are in the stand. All-Star, Bobby Cuniff, alumni are in the stands. Playoff basketball brings everybody out, Zach.
Yes, indeed. It certainly does bring everybody out. And the same could be said for the Times2 side. I mean, they have had a phenomenal turnout for an away basketball game in high school. I think it's worth mentioning.
Not just an away game, but an away game in Foster, Gloucester Regional School District.
Absolutely.
It doesn't get any farther than here unless you want to go over to our arch nemesis, Burrville.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the 4 corners when you come out to these parts.
You know, when I was growing up, we always thought the zip code around here was EIEIO. But now that I'm part of the Foster Gloucester community, I can tell why people come here. It's God's country, Zach.
I'd have to agree.
And I'm so very proud to be a part of their community.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, Sean Cullen underneath. Up,
He's
and
gonna
he
get
gets
to go.
it.
That's going to be an and one attempt for Cullen and the Chieftains. Certainly something you want to see. He's going to get a shot to tie this one up. If you're not able to shoot the three, might as well get it down low.
Zach, it seems like much different from the first half. We're going to get into the bonus, and foul shots are really going to make a difference.
Huge difference in a game this tight. Cullen is off.
Cullen threw 2 for 3 at his attempts from the free throw line.
Jason Peters now in isolation. That's a screen.
Would have been nice to get that third bucket. Eagles moving the ball around, making a move to the basket, up and no good.
No good. Lucas Pierce getting a nice rebound. So now we see Sean Cullen running the floor here.
Seems like the Eagles have stopped their half-court press. Sean Cullen making another move to this time. No foul, no basket. Eagles with the ball and going right back towards the other side.
3-point attempts. No good. Close, but no good. Cal Perillo going up over 2 guys to get that rebound.
Cal Perillo has been a dominating force on both sides of the boards.
He's provided second chance points for Ponaganset and taken away second chance points for Times2.
And when the time has come, he's put it in himself. Pierce coming close to traveling. A rare turnover by Cal Perillo.
And
what a great
by
defensive
Sean
play.
Cullen. He's trying to make a highlight out of this one. Puts it up, no good.
Salbiaco with the putback, no good. Eagles come down with the rebound. Finding Peters. Tyler Smith. Brown
Peters
guarding.
takes the three.
Oh!
Good. What an eventful last few minutes here in this game. Jason Peters tried the pop three there, and it just came up. Well, he rimmed out. I mean, what a great shot. He lined it up perfect. Right on the money, just rimmed out.
Zach, everything this game was built up for, it's fulfilling its promise. 7 minutes left, a little bit more. Eagles up by 1, and Ponaganset again on the move.
Bianca finds Brown, gets it center. Brown's going to take it. They're going to call that a travel. He's going to call that a travel. Absolutely. I'm going to have to agree with that.
You know what, Zach? That was a perfect call. Again, Ponaganset.
Too many steps in there.
Ponaganset's making those mistakes that will cost us, especially this far into the second half.
I do agree. Here comes Peters. He gets it up over.
Oh, Peters coming up cold again.
What a pass
Tyler Brown with the fast break.
Tries to draw a foul. Nothing going for Tyler
There's
Brown.
plenty of time left in the game, Zach. They don't have to rush their shots. Let's get a play called. Let's get a better opportunity at a bucket.
That's going to be out. Peters is going to step out. An unfortunate mental error for the sophomore.
What's it about the reservation that just brings out bad play and superstars? Last week, the Ponaganset Jinx hit Kopecky from Mount Hope, and tonight it seems like Peters just can't get started.
No, he showed promise. He certainly moved the ball around well, but unable to, find his extra gear that's allowed him to score so many points all year. We see Smith
Calperillo drawing the foul.
It's going to be a shooting foul as well, so that's going to send one of our more reliable free throw shooters to the line, Cal Perillo. He'll be shooting 2 in a 1-point contest. Just under 6:30 left in this game, 6:21.
Eagles committing their 15th foul. We might start seeing some movement on that bench by Coach Love.
Perillo, no good.
Well, it seems like Perillo has been strictly shooting 50% all evening long from the free throw line.
Certainly a rare thing for him. I think Cal has, really come a long way when it came to shooting overall this year. He's never been a bad shooter, but he's really been lights out this year. Just sucks to see him struggle on this stage.
Nice. Cal Perillo getting the second of his 2 free throws in and knotting up the game with 6:20 left at 37 all. Eagles with the ball. Peters trying to get something to drop to happen in a crowd. Find someone underneath.
Smith unable to pin him, but he does force a bad shot. Smith down, he gets it. What a beautiful play. No foul called, Ryan Smith.
Referees are letting them play tonight. They're not slowing the game at all. They're keeping that quick pace going.
It's been fun to watch.
Cal Perillo, top of the key, finds Sal Bianca. Sal Bianca in a crowd. Ryan Smith comes up short.
Just put a little bit too much on it. It was a great way to get to the basket, but
Peters on the other side, puts it up.
Peters step back. That is going to kill you. That's a momentum
That
killer.
is a big lead change with 5:30 left in the game. This is when, no matter how you've played, it's what you do for the remaining minutes that are going to count now. Oh, Sean Cullen.
Cullen, no good.
No good and no foul. A little unhappy on that one. Thought he was drawing something. Eagles with the ball. They find Peters again. He puts it up from the three-point.
It's no good. But it's a great,
great rebound. Peters again. Oh, behind the back pass. It's up, no good. Sean Cullen with a big rebound.
That's a big boy play.
We're under 5 minutes, Zach. You can't let these opportunities slip by.
It's going to be a timeout. Great decision by Coach Dave Campbell there. Ponaganset got to reach deep here. Peters has seemingly caught fire, and he's got the support of the bench and that entire Times2 crowd behind him. So certainly don't want to let him get electric here in the last 5 minutes of this contest.
I want to give a little shout out to fine administrators at the table this evening calling the game, and Mr. Mike Calenda, legend in his own right in the Ponaganset community, along with Dave Armstrong on the clock, and someone near and dear to us all, Tony Perillo.
Absolutely.
Tony Perillo is the father of Cal Perillo, and when your dad can sit there and watch you play every single home game, there ain't nothing prouder, Zach. Take it from someone who's a dad.
Yeah, I certainly do believe you, and I think that it's going to be an emotional thing for both father and son here at the last playoff grouping of Cal's.
Joining them at the table, Zach, is Miss Lynn Richardson, the mom of last year's women's chieftain superstar, Shelby Kosover.
There you go.
We have a lot of pedigree in this school. We produce champions.
We do.
Tyler Brown inbounding the ball with 4:47 left to Cal Perillo. 20 on the shot clock. Sean puts it up, draws the foul.
He's going to go to the line to shoot two here. Opportunity to tie it up for Sean Cullen. So hopefully he can knock both of these in.
Sean's 2 for 3 tonight from the line, making his first 2 free throws, but missing out on the extra point after making a bucket of being fouled.
Cullen's good. 2 for 2.
Sean shooting 80% tonight, 4 out of his last 5 attempts. Eagles bringing the ball up, 39-39 with 4:35 left.
Play design for Jason Peters.
Oh, and he delivers, Zach.
This is what Coach Campbell feared.
That hurts. That hurts.
That is a 3-point basket. There was no doubt about that one.
Ponaganset hasn't been able to get their perimeter shooting going.
No, it has not.
Smith. Little hesitation on Bianca's side. Cal Perillo trying to make something happen. Sean Cullen making a move.
Turnover.
Oh, gosh, boy, call Western Union. That was telegraphed.
And
Peters coming alive. 2 quick threes.
Deadly shooter.
Oh, Sean Cullen bringing it back. Answers with 2 of his own.
Jason Peters just exploded, and that's not what we want to see.
Eagles enjoying a 45-41 lead, and just had their largest lead of the game at 6 until Sean Cullen was able to get 2 back.
Absolutely.
Boy, that was a costly turnover.
We just saw a little bit of correction down there in the Chieftains huddle by senior captain Ryan Smith. A couple of frustrated younger guys down there. He gave them a good talking to get their heads back in this game.
You know what? It's a team effort. One player can't win the game unless you're Jason Peters.
Unless you're Jason Peters.
And he's starting to wake up. Boy, you know what? It just doesn't matter what he did those first 32 minutes of the game.
What he does in the last 5 that's really going to matter.
Right. My bad. Last 28 minutes of the game. And if I'm not mistaken, that was his third three of the night.
Yeah, I believe it was third or fourth. I mean, he's come alive. In clutch time as a sophomore, that's something you don't see very often, I'll tell you.
Ponaganset bench trying to rally their team.
Mid-range is off the mark.
You know,
no rebound by Tyler Brown, though. Just a height differential made it difficult.
We're just not hitting the boards like we did first half, Zach.
Nope, and some more made shots by Times2 than there was in the first half.
And you got to be asking yourself, are they tired? Are they starting to lose their edge? The Eagles doing a great job of moving that ball around.
Smith comes up with a rebound. It's a good job. They're going to slow it down a little bit. Ponaganset looking for a three-point.
We're just on the three as well. And we're still down by 4. 2-possession game. Sean Cullen trying to do it by himself, and it's not working. Peters with the ball, stops, he pops.
He's no good. Rebound by Cal Perillo.
Jump ball called by the referee.
They're going to give him possession at Times2. I don't know about that one.
Thought the referee was quick to whistle.
I think he was as well.
Coach Love not liking it. Calling a timeout.
Interesting timeout. I'm not sure exactly what was going on with that original whistle. I'm not sure if the ball's been ruled either way. I believe it's Times2 possession, but
they'll be inbounding the ball with a fresh clock.
Okay.
Quite a few local celebrities in the crowd tonight.
Yeah, we got
Coach Gary Martinelli, head coach of the Lady Chieftains.
Absolutely, he's here.
He's enjoying a great season this year.
Especially from his JV girls who won their state championship, so certainly a great effort by them.
Like all great teams, Zach, we have a pipeline, we have a farm system, and this year's farm system is that JV team. A lot of wonderful young talent that'll complement some of our seasoned and experienced vets next year.
Absolutely. So 4-point game here, Ponaganset trailing. They also do not have the basketball, making this a bit of a tough predicament. You don't want to give up any shots to Peters. He will be inbounding. But
watch for him to get the ball.
Absolutely, it could be a give and go. We'll have to see exactly what he's going to be doing here.
Oh,
that's going to be a
mistake.
Turnover. That's great. Great job by Ponaganset. They got to score here.
You know, you would think that the Eagles would start to play the trap and get them to,
That's going to be possession Times2.
Sal Bianca hitting the scorer's table. Seems like there's no harm. Inbounding the ball for the Eagles, number 50. Peters bringing it up. Williams to 50. Boy, Sean Cullen has been bringing it back and forth. He's expending a lot of energy. There's 2:15 left in this game. It's a 4-point lead by Times2. And Coach Campbell calls another timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be a full timeout, too. A full 1-minute timeout here. Ponaganset, a little bit of trouble in paradise now, down by 4 with about 2 minutes left, and they don't even have the basketball. So they need to slow down their possessions if they get any back, and going to have to make clutch shots.
Ryan Smith has been playing with a cool head. Hasn't gotten that 4th foul. Hasn't taken himself out of the game. But with less than 3 minutes left,
now is the time I think that he should be going for that.
You got to be aggressive.
Hard, yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna agree with that wholeheartedly.
And if we look at what happened in the first half compared to the second half, Ryan Smith played more aggressively. He's had to tone it down. He's afraid of drawing that foul. You got to rely on your team. You got to make something happen.
Absolutely, certainly. A great story, too. Smith's been dealing with a hamstring injury for much of the season. He's back. He's at full strength. But I wonder if that's weighing on him a bit here in the closing minutes, if he's having some trouble with that left hamstring.
Well, Smith is a varsity athlete.
Yeah, football player.
He'll be football, basketball, and then to lacrosse, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for his freshman and sophomore year, I believe. I'm not sure about after that. I don't believe he played lacrosse after that, but certainly a weight room participant in the spring. So.
Well, he certainly put on some size. Peters bringing it to the basket. He's just a one-man show right now, Zach.
He's doing exactly what this home crowd feared he would do.
The Eagles with their highest lead again at 6 points. Again, Sean Cullen coming up short. They're not playing their game. They're playing panic basketball.
Forced shots.
They got it.
They're racing against the clock that isn't expiring yet.
Ponaganset has a few fouls to give. So, with 1:50 left in the game, do you start to exercise time management, Zach?
I would say you probably do. I don't think this is the point where you foul yet. I think after hitting a three-pointer would be the best opportunity to start to foul. And even then, after hitting a three with minute and 40 left, I still think you can let Times2 dribble out the clock a bit and then try to get a possession off of that. I don't think it's foul time yet.
It doesn't seem like Times2 wants to sit on the ball. They're not happy with that 6-point lead. They know at any time Jason Peters can turn it on, and in the last 5 minutes, it's been the Jason Peters show.
I mean, you're looking at a sophomore similar to our very own Marcus Carpenter this year in football who, ice in the veins and just goes and dominates in big games. And that's something you like to see, and that's something that, is kind of rare in high school athletes especially.
I think Ponaganset has a great crop of freshmen, sophomores who are coming up to assume greater leadership roles. Julia Castelli, leading scorer for Ponaganset, freshman on the ladies basketball team, averaging 20 per game.
Yep, absolutely. Perillo goes up with a foul call. That's going to be on the shot, so that's going to send Perillo to the line, hopefully to get this a little bit closer for Ponaganset, a little bit more manageable.
And what it does, Zach, it puts Ponaganset in the bonus. I believe that was the Eagles' 7th foul. Every foul after this will be a shooting foul.
Yeah, that's certainly what we need.
Boy, Times2 fans making their presence known. A lot of life on that side.
Perillo, way to fight through it.
That takes the pressure off the second shot. Perillo shooting 50% thus far from the line. Times2 fans are bringing down the...
Perillo knocks them both through. Good momentum booster for Ponaganset.
Bringing us within 4.
Here comes the play design. They're not going to sit on this.
Williams bringing the ball up, trying to find, and he does. Jason Peters. Whoa, great defense.
That's a good
great turnover.
That's called Ponaganset ball, and they're going to reverse the call. One ref is going to override the other ref here. They're going to give it to Times2.
Boy, little gleam of hope in that one. Eagles will inbound the ball with 17 left on the shot clock with 1:29 left in the game.
Pump fake.
Sean
Cullen able to steal it.
And the layup.
And he lays it in.
We're back down to a 2.1 possession game with the Eagles bringing the ball up.
Ponaganset clutching up on defense now. Going to have to stay on Jason Peters. Here he comes.
The ball. Looking for a lane. Find someone on the outside. It's number 50. Williams with the ball in the middle.
Smith with the pin block. And they're going to call him for a foul. Nothing but ball. And they're going to call him for a foul.
Boy, not agreeing with that call, Zach.
That is unfortunate. You let them play all game long until the end of the game. I mean, boy, there was not enough there to warrant a foul, in my opinion. Especially not in a high school basketball game of this capacity.
This ball, deep third. Out on shooting number 4, good receiver.
First one, it's up, and it's good.
So it's at least a 3-point deficit for Ponaganset now.
One possession game, Zach. with less than a minute to play. 56.7 seconds left on the clock.
No good.
No good. Cullen with the rebound.
Here comes Cullen. He's got it slowed down. There at 51 seconds. Ponaganset looking for anything.
This is where you make good decisions, Zach. This is where you want to be, with the ball in control. Perillo.
Good shot
puts
by
it up,
Perillo.
and it goes in.
He gets it. Cal Perillo, consistency from mid-range. Here comes Peters. This is shaping up to be one good game. I'll tell you that. 48-47. Ponaganset still in it.
I don't think the Chieftains want to go home just yet, Zach.
I don't think so. I think they'd rather stay home and take care of business here on the reservation.
Zach, there is a 2.1 differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's who's going to be, who wants it more, who's going to play aggressive. The Chieftains still aren't in the bonus. As long as it's not a shooting foul, they can stop the clock if they have to.
Yeah, Ponaganset, they're going to be in a good situation here, being able to stop Times2 and then potentially holding for last shot of this game. Whether or not they do that is totally up to Coach Campbell. We'll see what he decides to do. If they get an opportunity to put a bucket in ahead of the separation between the shot and game clock, they may do so. So
I don't see Ryan Smith getting ready to go in unless Coach Campbell decides to make a substitution.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go to Lucas Pierce, which is kind of an interesting move, I think, in the last 32 seconds here.
Ryan Smith isn't in jeopardy of fouling out, and even with 32 seconds left, I think at this stage in the game, you want to have
your biggest lineup in.
Thank you.
I think I would even substitute Tyler Brown out for potentially Ryan Smith right now and just reorder the court a bit and have your biggest guys in there. I'd have to agree, yeah.
Ponaganset playing some man-to-man right now. Whoa. Sean Cullen with a quick foul with 30.1 seconds on the clock.
So we have a 0.1 second separation between game and shot clock here. Or I should say, now.
Eagles will be inbounding the ball at midcourt, looking for someone. And they found... Oh, traveling.
And that's going to be a travel. Ponaganset's going to take over. Ponaganset is going to take over with no separation between the shot and game clock.
They're
going to have last
drama,
shot.
Zach. Talk about...
And here comes Mr. Smith, Ryan Smith back in here. Ponaganset with the opportunity to hold for last shot. Let's see what they do.
We're not looking for a three-point bucket. We're looking for a good, solid shot. Oh,
that's going to be a foul. That's going to send Cullen to the line.
Zach, 21.3 seconds on the clock. Sean Cullen's been on fire from the free throw line, shooting 80%. I don't think I think of anybody else who I'd want on the line right now.
Now prepare for the distraction of the Times2 bench going absolutely wild here. This is going to be one hell of a finish.
Ponaganset holding its breath. First one's up, and
Cullen
it's good!
Bangs it in. 48-48, Ponaganset has tied the game with under 22 seconds remaining.
Cullen getting ready to take his second attempt. We're all knotted up at 48. It's
Cullen,
up.
the shot is up. No good.
Oh, rebound. Eagles. Bringing the ball up. We got a tied game. Oh!
It's going to be a foul. Sean Cullen.
Couldn't be a better scenario for us, Zach.
I'd have to agree. I mean, I think
clock is stopped.
Clock is stopped.
They haven't proven that they can make all their free throws this evening, and there's plenty of time to inbound that ball and bring it back down. And Coach Campbell calling a timeout.
What a finish this is shaping up to be. We're already in a higher scoring game than we were. And that's great defense and transition by Sean Cullen to force the two free throw attempts rather than just giving up the easy two.
Ponaganset still has one foul before they put the Eagles on the line for one-on-ones. They've shown a lot of discipline, and you can tell with the fouls.
Absolutely.
Best case scenario for the Chieftains, no score, rebound, make their move.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough. You're looking at a pretty good overall free throw shooting team with Times2. We'll have to see. Number 4 is 1 for 2, I believe, on the night. Could be a little bit better or worse than that. He may have had a couple other attempts that I don't know about.
It all matters what happens
right now, in the present, absolutely. I'm just thankful it's not Jason Peters at the line right now.
12.9 seconds. Game is knotted up at 48.
Ponaganset goes to their big lineup.
Eagles keeping a couple of their players out to ensure there's no fast break. First one's up, and it's good. Adding just a bit more pressure.
Absolutely. 12.9 remaining. Second one is up. It's good.
Nothing but net, Zach.
Nothing
Ice
but net.
Cold water in his veins. Eagles allowing the Chieftains to bring the ball up without a press.
Bianca for three.
Oh, no good. Oh, and Jason Peters with the steal.
And that's going to be it. Times2 gets the victory.
It is a 4-point victory
Bianca.
for the Eagles. 52-48. Chieftains come up short.
Bianca took the shot. He had it from the corner. He lined it up beautifully. An unfortunate end to a great season for the Ponaganset Chieftains.
Who came to play, Zach?
Jason Peters.
Showed up a little late, but he came to play. Turned on the gas when the time was right and started chipping away at the Ponaganset lead. Put them well ahead, making this play catch up and putting the last nail in the coffin. Hats off to Jason Peters.
Hats off to this entire Times2 team. Great free throw shooting there at the end by number 4. That's a fantastic job.
The Chieftains have had a great run this season. Showed a lot of life in this game. Delivered. Did not play it boring. They put it out there. Just wasn't our evening, Zach.
Yeah, the reservation certainly did not disappoint, Mr. Fiano. The crowd was vibrant. They were loud. They were excited. They were happy to be here. Just a tough way to end the season. Nail-biting game, but it's been a great ride, Ponaganset. Thank you for 4 years of fantastic basketball since I've been here.
You know what, Zach? I couldn't agree with you more. Great luck to the Eagles with the rest of their playoff quest.
That's going to be a tough team to beat.
Good luck to Cal Perillo, Ryan Smith, Chris Hopkins. They're going off to college next year.
Yep.
And what we have in the wings is a great young team ready to pick up the mantle and carry on for the Chieftains.
And that is going to be all, folks. I appreciate Mr. Fiano. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the time of Mr. Foreign for making this whole project possible. We're now through 2 sports here at Ponaganset, and we couldn't be happier with the way WPHS News has come out this year.
Thank you, Zach, for having me. You have a wonderful producer and director. My hat's off to Mr. Foreign. We've come a long way, and I only see it getting bigger. You know our motto, go big.
That's it. Go big. All righty. That's going to be all, folks.